Well, several years ago, after the first World Cup in '03, we came back and the APA board decided that we needed to set up a player development program so we could get more competitive with the rest of the world. This is a fairly new sport here in the U.S. As an example, in Australia, they've been playing it since I think the 1920s. So we've got ways to catch up. And so we set up a player development program, and what we're trying to do is raise the level of play through the player development program. And through that, we have coaching program in that. And we have youth coaches broken down into under 16 age group and under 21, and then we have adult coaches. And so players make application to the program, and then throughout the year, we provide coaching to them. And hopefully, over the next 5 to 10 years, we'll see improvement on our international play.
Well, it's such a team-oriented sport that I would really like to bring up some young players, really focus on racket skills and the fundamentals and some patterns that we play off of, and so that we're all on the same page, because you just can't go out there and be an individual in this sport. You really have to work with the other players, and you have to almost have a sixth sense about what you're doing and know what everyone's doing at all times. So really bringing up younger players.
I found out about the APA, and that's a really great organization, and anybody can play, and it was just so fun that I just got into it. And it's exciting. You have this bond with your horse, because you've really got to be a great rider, and then you got to get your horse fit, and then also you get to travel around and meet people from all over the world, and just friends everywhere.
And the social life's good, yeah?
Yeah, and oh yes, lots of young people, and your mom can play, and your dad can play, and your little sister. It's good.
And I see that you play against the boys. The boys plays against the girls. Yep. Do you feel you're on equal terms with them?
Well, some people say that, but I think it's just as fun. If you're a girl, you just gotta get that toughness out there. But it's fair. I mean, the refs call you, so it's good.
Do you do a lot of training at home?
I do. And I also ask the people that are above me, like the World Cup players, I'm like, okay, if I don't have something right, I ask them how to do it, and then they help you. So they're really good. Everybody gives back and helps. So you have help if you don't understand or if you're trying to train your horse.
And I see you're wearing the number 1. You're the attacker.
Right.
Is that where you like to play?
No, I like to play defense. I like to play the number 3. So.
And why is that?
Well, it's exciting because you have to think a little bit ahead of them and plan out your move, and so you have to be one step ahead of them. It's a real rush because you're trying to keep up with them.
Why should they come and play Polocrosse?
They should come watch, and they'll see how awesome it is and how much fun it is, and they'll fall in love just like I did. I just saw it once and I was like, Mom, I want to play that sport.
Ever since I was a kid too, I've loved horses. No one in my family was from liked horses or anything, but I dragged my family into it, and now here I am.
I understand this is your first time playing Polocrosse.
Yes.
What do you think about it?
It's a lot of fun. I love playing on teams and everything. It's good to work as a team, and it's just nice to be out here with kids my age and everything.
Tell me about your horse. How's he been?
This is actually my grandpa's horse, and it's a Floater Cracker 5, and she did awesome. This is her first tournament too.
Tell me where you were playing in the team.
I was playing as a 1.
And what did you have to do?
I had to score goals pretty much. Have my team either pass me the ball and score the goal.
What do you think you're going to say to all your friends when you leave this tournament about Polocrosse?
I'm going to tell them how much fun it was, that it was a great experience, and I can't wait to do it again.
And you have numbers 1, 2 and 3. Just explain to me very briefly your team and how you play as a team.
Okay, the number 1 is the attack player. They're the only ones that can score goals. The number 2 is what we call a midfield or a center player, and they really have to be a smart player, because they have to block, and they really have to be thinking all the time. The 3 is the defense player. And so everyone has their own job, and they really have to work together. And as I said before, just the patterns and that sort of thing. There are lines that certain players can't cross. So in an end zone, there will be a 1 and a 3. The 1 will be trying to score the goal, but only the opposing 3 can be in the area with them.
The whole program on the field is getting that ball and then converting that ball into a goal. And so the whole thing is teamwork, linking up with your players, making that transition across the 30, and then getting that ball through the goal. And if you can do all the work of getting the ball, and then if you throw the ball out of bounds or if you miss the transition at the 30-yard line, all that work and all that energy, it goes to naught.
Well, let's just look a little bit about what you need to wear and what you need for Polocrosse.
Well, I have these knee pads, and I wear polo boots, and wear a helmet with a face guard that actually snaps off, so it's safety approved. I also have some other artificial tools, just a whip, just to kind of help cue the horse, and then the racket. And on the horse, derived from polo, is we put our tails up, because in polo that's a rule for safety. And so we do that here. We're required to have leg wraps and required to have bell boots on all four legs. And saddle, we have to have a breast collar to keep the saddle on. And there are some restrictions on the bits, and it's all just safety oriented for the players and the horses.
Everybody can play. You don't have to be really wealthy to do it.
You have to be reasonably fit. You have to have a wicked pony.
In my opinion, the game is at least 75% of the horse.
You have this bond with your horse because you've really got to be a great rider, and then you got to, get your horse fit.
We're so reliant on the horses, to get us around the field and to get us where we want to go. You've got a really good horse, a really solid horse underneath you. That horse is still going to be going. It's still going to be moving nicely. It's still going to be accelerating when you ask. It's still going to be checking up when you ask. And that's when it really shines, is when you have a really good horse in the finals and your team comes out on top in the finals.
Fields are just beautiful. We just haven't got this type of field where we are. The facilities are beautiful. The fields, after all that heavy rain yesterday, you couldn't believe that the field would still play as well. At our place, you would just never have played.
No, I don't know of any other field in the whole United States we could take as much rain as we had and still play. No horses slipped. The footing was immaculate. The balls were true. The bounces, the pickups, it was fabulous.
It's nice. It's just nice, big open field. You can have fun with your horse.
We got an invitation from the Good Times Club, and we thought Polocrosse in Florida in February. We're there.
Better than minus 40.
Okay, my name's Heather Kelly, and I heard about this through our UKPA liaison, and I thought it was a really great idea to go and play Polocrosse in sunny Florida while we're all in the wet in England, and to make some friends and enjoy riding polo ponies.
If you're a horse lover, this has to be probably the best place to come. Just the scenery, the horses, they've taken the group to carriage museums, so it really has been a fantastic trip.
There's a whole new design on the game when you have an audience and you have this wonderful announcing and this system and this beautiful field and this environment, and the horses feel it and they know it. And when you have riders that feel it too, there's no question that it brings it up to a whole new level.
The people have been wonderful that we're staying with. They couldn't have been better. They've let us ride all their horses, so we've had lots of different choices.
Yeah, we got our horses basically from polo players. It's a manner of adapting the polo pony from running to stopping and turning. Connie supplied our ponies there, some lovely ponies, big potential in them. It's just a matter of getting to stop and turn. They used to running straight, but there were some lovely ponies.
They supplied us with horses. They're mostly polo horses and haven't all played a lot of Polocrosse, but we're getting along fine with them.
We've had to hire these from another lady, and they've worked out really well. We've been really lucky.
We ended up loaning one of our horses to our South African competitors, and very willingly, I might add. They are wonderful horsemen, fabulous sportsmen. Without a doubt, they are wonderful competitors. It was an honor to play against them.
Okay, here I am with the Texas girls, the second section of the United States team. Bad luck, girls. Those South African boys were a bit tough.
Yes, they were great players.
Well, tell me, why do you think they just had the edge on you?
They've probably played a little bit longer than we have. We started as adults here in this country, and I hate to admit it, but the men might be a little bit stronger physically than us, and better ball skills, probably hand-eye coordination.
Well, Renee, you guys have come from Texas. Tell us a little bit about Polocrosse back at home.
Polocrosse back home, we play for a club. All three of us play in the same club for Lone Star. It's based out of Austin, and it's a big family. We've played together for about 15 years, just our club, and we're bringing up a new generation of Polocrosse players. Her kids play, my kids play. Susan just adopts kids and hands out horses. So I love the family atmosphere and just the friendships. Yeah.
Well, Susan, you brought your own horses over from Texas.
Absolutely, I wouldn't have my horses miss this for anything.
And how do they do? Were you pleased with them?
Oh, they're wonderful. I mean, international competition brings out the light in everybody, horses included. They feel it. They get out on this field and they know there's a whole new design on the game when you have an audience and you have this wonderful announcing and this system and this beautiful field and this environment, and the horses feel it and they know it. And when you have riders that feel it too, I mean, there's no question that it brings it up to a whole new level. And I will say that we ended up loaning one of our horses to our South African competitors, and very willingly, I might add. They are wonderful horsemen, fabulous sportsmen. These gentlemen should be so proud to come from South Africa and be welcome to play here. Without a doubt, they are wonderful competitors. It was an honor to play against them.
Well, that's very generous of you. But Renee, Polocrosse, I mean, here, this is a polo field. You know, it is the most magnificent facility to play your game, surely.
Oh, yes. These fields were amazing. No, I don't know of any other field in the whole United States we could take as much rain as we had and still play. No horses slipped. The footing was immaculate. The balls were true. The bounces, the pickups, it was fabulous. Fabulous.
But difficult picking. Perhaps one of the things we noticed in the game was that when it came to a 50-50 ball on the ground, it was difficult for you guys to pick it up in your racket.
I wouldn't put that to the ground. That was just misses. I can't make any excuses for that.
Well, Prissy, I mean, it's been a great weekend. I mean, the weather's been really kind today. What will you take out of this weekend for your sport?
I will promote Polocrosse and have them come here with South Africa. They have been the best competitors. Ireland also came. We enjoyed having them. This is the first time, though, that we've had the South African team, and it has just been a great time.
Well, there we are. They battled gallantly, the girls from Texas, but they came up short with the South Africans. You've got an early lead, will you never let it go? What would you put your win down to?
We got some early quick ball, which first of all we failed to convert, and then sort of got it back together and started going. And it's easy once you get that lead to try and maintain it. It's the sort of plan, yeah.
Number 3 in the second section, Jeff. What would you put your win down to? Where was the difference?
I'd say that maybe playing. This is my first veterans tour, but playing with the people that we've had on our team, there was probably a bit more experience. I think America's lacking a little bit in experience, and I'm one of the veterans lacking experience in our team. But we've come with a group that have been on many tours, who don't get rattled by the bigger games, and who talked us junior chaps through it, the junior dorm through the tournament. And we had a bit of pre-season rust, and I think that we were lucky to catch USA initially in that first game and beat them by quite a big margin, but I think they got rid of their rust a lot quicker than we did. And the second game was a lot tighter. We were very nervous at times at the back of those goals there.
Well, Phil, you were all on new horses, borrowed horses. You seem to get on very well with your horses. Who supplied you with the horses, and how did you find them?
Yeah, we got our horses basically from polo players. It's a manner of adapting the polo pony from running to stopping and turning. Connie supplied our ponies there, some lovely ponies, big potential in them. It's just a matter of getting to stop and turn. They used to running straight, but there were some lovely ponies.
And did you find them easy to get on with as soon as you came here? They were quite experienced ponies?
Yes, they easy to go. They eventually, at the end of the time, they sometimes battle to stop and turn and they run out of a mouth. But it's a different game slightly. But yes, now they went well. They adapted very well, I thought.
Well, Phil, it's been this is the most fantastic facility here. How have you been received and how have you found it?
We've had a lovely time. Maybe too nice throughout the week. Toured all over. Had some good practices, had odd little practice here and there. And I mean, the fields are just beautiful. We just haven't got this type of field where we are. The facilities are beautiful. The fields, after all that heavy rain yesterday, I mean, you couldn't believe that the field would still play as well. At our place, you would just never have played.
Well, with me now, I've got Bomber Nell, who is the team manager of the South Africa team. Bomber, pleased with your boys?
Very pleased, very proud. First time they've been together. I selected them from all parts of the country. We've even got a Zimbabwean. And yeah, what more can I say? They did their bit.
Well, they were very professional, and of course on borrowed ponies.
I think that's one thing one must expect when you tour. So got to be prepared, play different horses, different style. We're here to spread the word of Polocrosse and to have a good time, and we've had a good time.
Well, there was a tremendous atmosphere here this afternoon. Here at the Villages, Florida, South Africa came out the winners 15 goals to 10 in a tight fought match.